Hey everybody, Dirty here, and I just thought I'd show you guys my weapons of war for mites, thrips, all your bad bugs. I've been doing a lot of testing for Skunk Labs. And I know they're probably ticked off at me because I haven't been able to make a vid. I wanted to make sure I did some really good testings before, I've always been saying good stuff about their clone tech, and I will always continue to say good stuff about their clone tech. It rocks, and I'm even starting to try to put it in my regiment for just some good root boost, throughout the grow. But anyways, back to this. I've been using their plant cleanse and their vital rinse, and I'm having mixed results, but they're working with me, and they're changing the formula and stuff like that, and they sent me some other stuff that they upgraded, and it was wow. But anyways, let's get back to this. Alright, now in veg, for my little ones, I use Azamax at a really light dose. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of neem in there. I got some bio neem, but not most of the time, just Azamax, because they're babies. And through vegetative, I use the Azamax. And if you do put the neem in there, you got to go ahead and empty your bottle, because neem will start to get rancid and stuff like that later, if you leave it in there, because it's mixed with the water, and I don't know all the technical terms, but anyways. Then the next product, if if I don't catch anything, and worst case scenario, because this stuff is strong, and don't put the end all at all on seedlings and stuff like that. Make sure the plant's at least 3 weeks older, 3 weeks old or older. But that safer end all. If you've got some, say, mites, they become, a little bit, resistant to the Azamax after a while. And if you've got dogs or cats, mites are just going to be, mites are a thing. They're almost a domestic pest. You really don't find them that much in outdoors as you do indoors now because of our, our pets. But that safer end all, if the Azamax isn't working, then go ahead and hit them with a dose of this. Now both of these products, go ahead and turn your lights off. Leave them off for a couple hours with the, a light breeze from a fan on there. Let it dry up on the stuff. Leave a residue. So anything that's, come later, their eggs and stuff like that, it'll dry. The chrysanthemum oil inside the end all will dry their eggs right up. And that goes with pretty much all the bugs. Alright, now that's just my vegetative, in that my little veg area. I want to make sure I build up a great defense, and I'll use, these two products, not so much this one as the Azamax. The Azamax, like I said, I've used it for so long, but now that I've found out that General Hydro just got bought out by Scott's, I don't know, I might be looking for something else. But anyways, now here, I use this starting from week 2 in flour. It takes away all the residue from these two, and it strips all that residue off. It puts another a thin residue protectant on it, on your leaves and stuff like that. I don't know what's all in there. They're still working on their formulas, so they're not going to divulge all that in there. But if they are watching this video, the only thing that I would recommend that you do not use, that a lot of companies are trying to use in there because it's quote organic, is the lemongrass oil. Now it repels some bugs, but in the cannabis field, our main threat is the two-spotted mites and that other mite. I forgot what the other one is, and they are hardcore with cannabis. and indoors, and especially if you've got pets. But anyways, the lemongrass actually attracts mites, repels other bugs, but attracts mites. And a lot of companies are starting to throw that in there, thinking that, you know, they're trying to kill two birds with one stone if they mix it with something else. But no, I mean, an attractant is an attractant regardless if you got neem with it at all. Leave the lemongrass oil away. But anyway, back to the plant cleanse. Now this stuff strips, like I said, strips off all this stuff to give your leaves, you know, clean stomatas. I believe that's what they're called underneath the leaf. The little openings, so the plant can, you know, breathe in the CO2. Let's see. And I use this, like I said, all the way up to my last 2 weeks of, now on the directions, they, you know, Skunk Blend wants you to use this, and then the next day, go ahead and rinse it off and leave it with the, because the Vital Rinse has got an immune boost on it. But I leave my plants alone. You know, this is just the way I do it, you guys. You know, and Skunk Blend's probably got it right, but I just pick up my own ways of doing things. And like I said, I use the plant cleanse through week 3 all the way to probably week 6, and then I spray this on twice, the Vital Rinse, and, you know, to get everything off, because, you know, making any kind of extracts, if you got any of this product, or this product left on your, you know, any of the leaves or any of that, it takes a speck of residue on a leaf to cause taste problems, consistency problems, all that in your oils. So you want to make sure none of this stuff is on there. You know, it's organic, whatever, but it's still an oil, and it still has a nasty flavor, a nasty taste, and you want that off. So, like I said, you wash it off a lot with this, and then there's still a little bit of protectant, you know, in it with this. I don't know what it is exactly yet, but I will find out once they get everything going right. And then I take everything off with the Vital Rinse, and then that's pretty much it. And like I said, these two you can keep in your bottles. You don't have to throw out. But when you mix these up, if you're not going to be using your bottle, go ahead and, you know, dump it. But this is what I use for my weapons of war. Now on these spray bottles, these are the rotating 360 or something like that. But they're now selling the handles, because the handles on these, I don't know if you can see the nozzle points. You know, you can point it up, down, sideways, whatever, you know, and get up underneath them leaves. I got these 360. You can now get the heads, because the older style heads, you know, you started squeezing them after a while, and they just, you know, weren't that well made off the beginning. But now you can buy just the sprayer nozzles, and you can cut the straw to any bottle. So if you got other bottles laying around, and hopefully they'll fit, you can cut the straw inside down and have a spray bottle that sprays, you know, any direction that you need. But yeah, that's my weapons of my destruction, I would call weapons of war. I know that's what Sub LBC called it. But now I started, if you got, say I've got clones from, you know, a place up north. You know, I'm not gonna throw out names and stuff like that. I'm just not into bashing. That's just bullshit. But anyways, and I I tried some of this stuff out first, you know. But here's the thing: this cleans a plant like you would not believe. I mean, it cleans it awesome. But it also, it's like, if you've already got bugs there, and some, you know, some of these species of mites have been, you know, being more resistant over the years, you know. So now, if it doesn't, you know, if this doesn't catch them and dry them up, it actually cleans the plate for them. So if you've already got an infestation, you know, try something else first, and then rinse all what you tried off later after you've already conquered your problem, and then this will keep them away, you know, after you've already, you know, got rid of the problem. You know, in flour, because I wouldn't suggest any neem product, any soap product. You know, some of your even higher doses of soap will leave a residue on there, and for you oil makers, and that chrysanthemum oil too, you know, that's mixed with the neem and the end-all, whew, like I said, leave that on there, and then go try to, you know, and don't put it through your closed loop with residue on there, because then now you've got the residue. Never mind. You guys understand. You just use your head a little bit. But anyways, I'm all over the place now. And like I said, this is what I use for, you know, infestations and to keep them away. If you've already got an infestation, go with the old tried and true to keep, you know, an infestation and keep your plants clean, healthy, and all that through flour. Right there. Go ahead and use your Skunk Lab, you know, and don't be spraying right on the flowers and expecting, you know, I mean, if a mist hits it, okay. But I mean, you guys can direct your spray, and again, do it in the dark. I mean, not in the dark, but, you know, not with your 1,000-watt HPS blaring down on it, you know, on the plant, because it's all it's going to do is make like a little bubble. And you guys all know what a magnifying glass does. Well, if you've got a little bubble sitting there, now you've got an intensified light shining down on that bubble. Well, all it's doing is making a little burn like a magnifying glass. So, you know, make sure low light and, you know, a slight breeze so it can dry on its own. These two, like I said, I use them, you know, through flour, and then I use this one right before, you know, right around my flush. If you use it their way, you'll probably have better results than I do. But that, like I said, I'm old. It's hard to get out of my, you know, my old ways, but I'm trying. So yeah, check out Skunk Labs. Their stuff, because like I said, if you don't have any problems, but you want to make sure you don't have any problem, you know, maintenance, that's the plant cleanse and the vital rinse. You know, I used to hate spraying things on my, you know, on my plants. But, you know, I've been testing it. I've been using it. And, you know, I'm really starting to like what it does. And I especially like the end, you know, the end results. Because, like I said, I don't have none of the residues left over on my plant. But alright, everybody, if you have any questions that it's not going to take a book for me to write, I'll try to answer them. If not, I might do a, you know, a question and answering vid. But like I said, I'll try to get back. You guys know I try to get back to you guys, and if I have something that I can, you know, find out the answer for, and it's not going to take, you know, a 4-paragraph, you know, thing to write down, because that's a little bit hard to do, you know, with the amount of subs that I have, and that's another thing. Thank you guys. You guys are kick-ass. But anyways, you know, I'll try to, you know, see what I can come up with, you know, if you have any, you know, questions about this vid. Alright. I hope everyone, you know, if you got any kind of bug problems, or you don't want any kind of bug problems, you know, check out Skunk Blend. And also, you know, they have nutrients now, and like I said, the main thing that I truly love from their stuff is their clone tech. But alright, everybody, I'm still rambling, and this has turned out to be a long video. Hope everyone learned something, and I will talk to everybody later.